Okay, so continuing where we left off, we want to answer these questions A through D, and we're going to use the empirical rule for what we can, and then we're going to actually use the actual calculations which I have come up with. So first things first, we enter this in the calculator. I took the time to do that right here. There are 100 entries, and so next we need to get the standard deviation. So let's go and look at the one bar stats. We get the mean is 100, the standard deviation is 16. And so that's good for us. Next thing we need to do is we want to plot this on this graph. So I'm going to go ahead and plot this. Oops. That's important for later. So we said the mean was 100. So to do that, what we're going to do is you always go to the mean first. The mean is in the middle. It's 100. Then we're going to use 16. So we are going to subtract 16 from 100. We get 84. We subtract 16 again. We get 68. 84 minus 16 is 68. And 68 minus 16 is 52. So I'm just literally subtracting it over and over. Now, instead of subtracting, I'm going to add it to 100 and so on and so forth. So 100 plus 16 is 116. 132, 148. Okay, so we've labeled it. That's good. We're going to go on that now. So that's one step that we wanted to do. This is one standard deviation. This is mu. Oops, that's ugly. This is mu minus sigma. This is mu plus sigma, and then mu plus 2 sigma, and mu plus 3 sigma. And so it's very straightforward. Obviously, these are the minus 2 sigma, minus 3 sigmas. Okay, so let's answer these questions now. Determine the percentage of students who have IQs within 3 standard deviations. Well, 3 standard deviations would be from here all the way over to here, and we said that that was 97.7% based on the empirical rule. Determine the percentage of students who have scores between 67.8 and 132.2. So if we look, 67.8 is like right here, which is a little bit outside, but who cares? And then 32.2 is a little bit outside. So I think it's safe to say that that falls within about 2 standard deviations on both sides. So that would be the 95% because it's from here all the way over to here based on the empirical rule. Now determine the actual percent. That takes a little bit more work. For that, we'd use a normal distribution and we'd use the calculator to determine it, which I've done for you. And that number turns out to be this number here that I showed earlier, 95.9558. That's because there's a little bit more on the outside here and a little bit more on the outside here as well. Okay. And then, according to the empirical rule, what percent of students have IQ scores above 132.2? So if this is 132.2, remember it says this is 2.35, this is 0.15. So from here and beyond, that's about 2.5% of students having an IQ higher than 132.2. So I hope that makes sense, guys. If they ask a percentage based on the imperial, you just look at the percents, add them together, and things like that. Thank you guys for watching. We'll get going on the next video here in a second.